Welcome, Arnold. Thanks so much for joining us on AM today. It's an absolute pleasure to have your company. It's just gone 8:49.
Well, activity in the property market is starting to pick up due to the spring effect. It may not last long. It's tipped that we will likely see another property downturn next year. Here to tell us all about it is our Property Apprentice founder and CFO, Debbie Roberts. Debbie, thanks to our partners, Property Apprentice. Debbie, thanks for joining us. So what is the market looking like at the moment? So
we are seeing that spring effect. You know, the property activity in the property market usually does pick up over spring. We often get a lot more listings as well. So, you know, if you haven't bought already, it's a pretty good time to get out there shopping if you can get lending. More listings available, more to choose from, still less competition. We're starting to see more people coming into the market, but that tends to happen this time of year anyway.
Coming into the market to sell or buy?
To buy. Well, both actually. Yeah, both interestingly, because people often think that spring's a good time to list your property for sale as well. So one of the things that we always tend to see as well, you know, looking at the long term rather than crystal ball gazing, because that never tends to work well. So yeah, over the long term we tend to see market activity pick up in spring and then slow down as we get close to Christmas and then pick up again sort of middle of January. And next year, I think the thing that's going to slow the market down again is the fact that we've got a general election. Oh, yeah. So, you know, any time we have a general election, that has an effect on the property market. People sit back on the sidelines and wait and see what happens. So, you know, I'm not saying that prices are going to fall further, but I think activity will slow down. So, you know, we're seeing some really good deals out there at the moment. Some of our clients are buying some really good investment deals and first homes.
I was reading something really interesting the other day where, because there has been a bit of a downturn, obviously, and people are changing the way that they sell their properties. So this particular person had given the reserve before the auction and dropped it lower just so they get the interest in there to get people along to bid. It's you know, quite a cunning strategy, really, isn't
Absolutely.
it?
I mean, we've seen things like cash unconditional offers for properties that are going to auction, you know, so just to bring the auction date forward a little bit earlier, and even people putting in offers with a due diligence clause prior to the auction date. So, you know, then they've got their offer, they know whether the vendor's going to be willing to accept their offer if they're lucky enough to have all their homework stack up.
Are we going to auction though? Because the way I look at it, all the houses that seem to be going on the market at the moment says immediately priced by negotiation. They're not even bothering with the auction at all.
It depends on whereabouts you're looking in the country. You know, some parts of the country there are still auctions, and some parts of the country the auction rates are picking up, you know, so more properties are selling. Now, people always accuse me of having a vested interest, but we don't sell property. So I'm not trying to talk up the market or anything like that. It's just, you know, there's some really good opportunities out there, and the opportunities are going to be around for a while. It depends on what happens with interest rates, because interest rates at the moment, they could go up further or they could come down. You know, half of the economists are saying we're at the peak of the interest rate cycle, and the other half are saying, no, we're not close yet. So, you know, that's where a crystal ball would be really handy. But
Debbie, thank you for your time this morning. Really appreciate it. That's Property Apprentice founder and CFO, Debbie Roberts.